Hi guys, Chris here. Now I've been shocked by the AFGHAN data leak story, and it's shocking for me because Excel is right at the heart of this story. Yes, somebody shared an Excel spreadsheet, but crucially it had hidden rows in, and they weren't aware of this hidden data in the spreadsheet. They thought they were sharing 150 rows. They actually shared 18,000 rows of data, and now this data has been leaked with very serious consequences for the individuals involved. In this video, I'm going to take you through my method step by step for when I need to share sensitive data so I can be absolutely sure what's in the spreadsheet and what data I'm sharing. And at the end of the video, I'm going to show you an alternative to doing the very risky thing of attaching a file to an email. I'm going to show you how I would actually do it. That's all coming up. Let's get into it. This channel exists to move you from Excel frustration to Excel clarity and control. And if you like what we do here at Tiger, we've got a free Excel training course. It's 30-minute sessions. It's called 30-Day Excel Analyst. It's available right here on YouTube, link below. So this is the exact method I use if I need to be absolutely sure what data's in the file. We want no hidden data in the file whatsoever. Let's get into this one. As always, you can download the file and work along with me. And I've got a challenge for you before we get started. Could you stop the video and look yourself for any hidden data in the file? Can you find it all? Well, let's see. Let's get into this one. So the first thing we need to know is how many sheets are in the file. And you might say, well, Chris, that's easy because I can see 2 tabs. There must be 2 sheets in the file. But what about hidden sheets? So the first thing I'll do is right click on one of the tabs and I can see if the unhide option is available. Yes, that means there's a hidden sheet in the file. So my first step would be to ensure that there are no hidden sheets in the file. But there's more because we can see 3 sheet tabs here. There's actually another sheet in this file. Can you believe it? And to find this sheet, we have to get into the VBA editor. Now, if you've never used VBA before, I'll put a link to our beginner VBA video. It will allow you to get started with VBA. I've got the developer tab visible because I've been using VBA. So I'm going to go into the Visual Basic Editor and I'm just going to look in the Project Explorer up in the top left here. All of the sheets in the file are listed here and we can see how many sheets have we got? 1, 2, 3. We've got 4 sheets. So there is another sheet in the file. It's just we can't see it. And even if we click to unhide, it's not available to us. So this is what we call a very hidden sheet. Why is it very hidden? Well, let's click on it and we can see the visible property in the bottom here. It's Excel sheets very hidden. Yes, there's 3 settings for this property. The sheet can be visible, the sheet can be hidden, or it's very hidden, which means you don't have the option to unhide it. So I'm going to click visible in this box and then I'm just going to visually confirm that I can see all these sheets in the file now. So I'm going to go ahead, delete these 2 sheets because we don't need them. So just a simple right click and delete. And we're now down to 2 sheets in the file and I feel confident I know how many sheets are in the file. So this is the first step. Okay, let's go on to the first sheet in the file. And the next thing I'm looking for is hidden rows. So can you see any hidden rows on this worksheet? Now this is important because this is exactly what I think happened in the AFGHAN data leak. I think this is what happened. They had filtered rows in the spreadsheet and they didn't know, because you can see we've got 33 filtered rows. I can see at the bottom of Excel, but if we just take the filters off quickly, Alt-AC on the Windows PC, you can see we've actually got 100 rows of data. So how can you spot that there's filters on? Well, it's a visual thing to begin with because the row numbers will be highlighted a different color. It's blue on my PC. And with practice and being deliberate about looking out for this, you will eventually notice this. But it's worth mentioning at this point, could you use an alternative to filtering? I don't really like filters. They take a long time to manage. I'll put a link in video description below to a 1 million view video about alternatives to filters. That is highly recommended. So I can see there's filters on here, so I'd want to remove those filters. To do that, you can go to data and just click filter here. You can also do Alt-AT on the Windows PC. That's going to get rid of the filter and I can see all of the data is visible now. So filtered rows, that's something to look out for. But what about hidden rows? What about hidden rows? Let's go ahead and hide these rows. Alt-H-O-U-R. on the Windows PC, and I can see here rows 6 to 13 are hidden, but it's not very clear. It's not very obvious, is it? And one change I would like to see in Excel is making that clearer, you know, having a different color, having an exclamation mark, I don't know. So we can see there are hidden rows there. The only way really to tell is we can just see we've got kind of a double border here, and then the numbers, well, they're not sequential, are they? We've gone from row 6 to row 13. So we've got to absolutely make sure we unhide these rows. Alt-H-U-O on the Windows PC. Equally, you can select the top and the bottom row here, right click, and then go to unhide. This is going to allow you to unhide the rows. Okay, so that unhides the rows in a section of the spreadsheet, but we want to unhide all of the rows and indeed all of the columns. So to do that, I'd recommend selecting all of the data here. So I just clicked in the top left, and then if we right click, we've got the option to unhide, and hopefully, yeah, we've got the same option on the columns. So we've selected all the columns, all the rows. So now we should be pretty confident that all of these cells are visible. Okay, so what can we see on this sheet? Well, a quick tip here is just to zoom out. I don't always recommend zooming out, but zooming out gives us a much broader view, and it should allow us to spot any other data. There is other data apart from this body of data on the worksheet. So how might you find it? How can you quickly get to the next body of data, or to the extremities of the spreadsheet, to the last row or to the last column? Yes, keyboard shortcuts allow you to do this. And increasingly, you know, I like to be even-handed, see both sides of the argument. People always say in the comments, I don't use keyboard shortcuts, I prefer the mouse. But guys, this is an example of where you absolutely need keyboard shortcuts, in my opinion. I'm going to go Control and down arrow. I want to access the bottom of the spreadsheet. Control and down arrow on the Windows PC, and I can see we've got some data at the bottom of the spreadsheet here. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that. Then I'm going to do the same thing for the columns. So Control and right on the Windows PC is going to allow me, though my computer didn't seem to like that, it's going to allow me to get to the end of the spreadsheet. As I said, my computer's not enjoying this, not sure why, but that will allow you to get to the last column in the spreadsheet. And then again, you can kind of check that you've got data there. You know, that's assuming you want to retain some data and check there's no data elsewhere. Another thing I would do is select the whole column, the column to the right of your data set, then go Control Shift, hold down Control Shift and hit the right arrow. That's going to select the rest of the columns, and you're going to be able to see if there's data there. Now I can see at the bottom of Excel, it says count 4. So that means there is some data there. Okay, I want to go ahead and delete that. Control Shift right. I'm just going to hit the delete key, and I can see that count has now disappeared. Okay, I'll do the same thing for the bottom of the data set. So I'm going to select a whole row here, Shift and space bar, Control Shift down. This selects all the rows below my data set, and I can see there's nothing on the count here, so I can be pretty sure there's no data below this data set. Okay, so we've talked about unhiding sheets, we've talked about unhiding rows and understanding how much data is on the sheet here. The next step for me would be, what about data in a shape? What about data in a chart? How can you be sure that these haven't been hidden? Well, actually, there's another one on this worksheet. So how can you find it if someone's hidden the shape? We're going to go to Alt-P-A-P on the Windows PC. Will allow us to access the selection pane. So access the selection pane here, and we can see by clicking the unhide button here, what have we got? We've got a piece of data in a shape here. So absolutely essential to check the selection pane. Any buttons, charts, shapes will appear here, and you can unhide them. And I'm going to use this now just to hopefully delete this shape. Don't want to change the name, just want to delete it. And that's something that would be essential to be absolutely sure what data you're sending in your spreadsheet. Okay. So a few other things, data links to other files. So are you using Power Query? If not, you should be. Check out our beginner video on Power Query, very popular, link in the video description below, 10 minutes to get you started. we want to check there's no queries and connections. Like usually with Power Query, if you're bringing in some other data, you want to collate data sets, very common thing to want to do. It will appear here. It will appear in queries and connections. So I want to be sure this file isn't subtly or in a hidden way connected to any other files. I can do that with queries and connections. That will get rid of any Power Queries and any other way that you're bringing data into this file via some kind of external data service. For example, if you're downloading, stock prices or currency prices, something like that. Okay, data links to other files. Data in VBA. Yes, we've already seen the VBA project. Let's go back in there. And you can see there's a macro in here. Here it is. What's this macro going to do? Well, you could have any amount of data theoretically stored in the VBA editor. This macro is going to, I'm going to clear this data set quickly. This macro is just going to add data to the worksheet. So data could be stored in the VBA editor, and you can see my data's gone in there. So not only do we want to delete all the code, you'd have to click through all the modules and all of the worksheets and the workbook module to ensure there's no data in there. I would recommend simply saving the file without the VBA project. So you can see by default, I save macro enabled workbooks. I'd recommend you save Excel workbook. That's going to get rid of the VBA project. If I click save, it's prompting me to save and erase features. Yes, we want to do that. What features will be erased? The VBA editor will be erased. That means the VBA editor is not going to carry any data across that we don't want. Okay, so that's pretty much what I would do. I'd work through that method, but the truth is, I wouldn't do this at all. If I was sharing sensitive data, I would not attach a file to an email because that file could be forwarded. It could be very easily shared. It's not easy to control, but you can share the data and retain a degree of control. So I'd recommend using Excel online via OneDrive, via SharePoint, and I've got it set up here. I'll just bring it into your screenshot. So you can see we're in online Excel. We've got an option to sign in. You can see we've got a URL at the top here. So I've set this spreadsheet up on OneDrive. You can see we've got some data in the spreadsheet, but I want to point out the sharing options here. So we can go share. It's going to give you options here. Okay, what kind of options do you get? You get an option to allow people to view the spreadsheet, but not download it. Don't just give people the option to view because then they'll be able to download. Make sure you click that view, but not download option. And that means people won't be able to download the spreadsheet and people can use the data for its purpose, which is probably just to quickly consult with the data, quickly get a piece of information or a phone number or something you need. But you, as the person who shared the data, you're retaining control. So at any time, you could unshare this spreadsheet, you could simply delete the spreadsheet, and that would give you a lot more control over what's going on, hopefully avoiding that kind of data leak. So this is the method I work through. I recommend you work through it step by step to avoid this kind of situation. But is there anything I missed from this video? Would you do something else? If so, put your idea in the comments. I'll get back to you there. Thanks for watching. The next video to watch is right here.